Okay. Shift. A subject I rarely talk about. Relationships. And I gotta make this short because if I don't make it short, it'll be really, 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 really long. Okay, I got a link that was sent to me by Floorburn, and it's only 2 minutes. So I watched it. Okay, and so I'm including it in the description, so that only be 2 minutes. Then you can come back to this if you want and get a perspective of where I'm going with this. Growing up, when I was young, my father worked and my mother, for the most part, stayed home. Okay, there was a time where she had a job, part-time job or something like that in the school system. But for the most part, she was a stay-at-home mom. And my dad's income, he worked hard, was enough to, and no college degree, was enough to sustain a house, and we lived comfortably. We had cars and stuff. We had a good life. But he worked hard. Okay, I noticed that from that time to the time that I became old enough to marry and have kids, that one income thing wasn't getting it anymore. It just wasn't. It needed two incomes. You needed two incomes to do what my dad did. And then as time went on, you needed two incomes just to afford to be broke. It's no secret about the shrinking middle class. Now I get it. A lot of factors into that. Personal spending habits, credit, people running up credit cards and stuff like that. People put themselves in debt. Yeah, I get all of that, and it wasn't the case with us or the people who I hung out with, the few people I hung out with. The decline in the value of the dollar, which is monopoly money anyway, along with a whole host of other things. Being able to raise your kids and get government assistance, I knew people who were paying $9 a month for rent, just because they were locked into all of those government assistance programs, food stamps, this, that, and the other government housing, stuff like that. So it's their only stipulation was, well, you can live here, your kids can live here, but your man can't. Divide and conquer. All right. You're effectively cutting men out of the picture. And that wasn't enough. And now we're living through the age where, the men are being pushed to wear skinny jeans and, to compete with women and dress like women. Listen, it's a crazy time right now. So where the alpha males are dropping like flies. Where they at? They're being sent off in wars that orchestrated wars. Orchestrated wars. Okay? To come back in body bags. Alright? Now, how does this tie in with relationships? Things have changed. Listen, things have changed. Right? The same 100 guys who would fit the description of what you might call an alpha male, are dealing with 1,000 women. The same 100 guys. So there's not a lot of the alpha males to go along. Listen, it's time for you to get back to your lion stuff, and get your prides together. Get your prides together. That is a talk that I'm going to have to do more in depth, where I can go into specific details of what's that. Kids are growing up without strong male figures around. Okay? They have devices now. All of them have devices where certain eugenics agendas are being pushed through these devices. Their tablets, their laptops, the cartoons they watch, the television. What they're coming across in school. Not even in school. They're coming across in school through social distancing, long distance learning via the internet. We're not being attacked directly. We're being attacked indirectly on many, 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 many levels. All right? And it's everybody. It's not, specific to race. It's everybody. It's everybody. And somebody has to say, somebody has to have the difficult conversation. Okay? The difficult conversation. If you got all of these women out here with kids and very few, strong males available, for whatever reason, incarceration, death, just not there, whatever the reason is, there's a slew of reasons why. Okay? It might be a good time to put some other options on the table, okay, to protect family structures or to reorganize family structures to adapt for the current attacks that we're being presented with. Okay? Just throwing that out there. I'll keep this short. The link in the description goes a little left on why alpha males are being attacked, but I'll include it in there anyway, just because it makes for interesting conversation. And if you come across this and decide you want to hear a more detailed perspective on it, I'll do that. If not, then I'll leave it alone. I'm just one person. Just watching, observing. I'm neutral on the subject, but like I said, I was ahead on the polygamy discussion. I was ahead of that curve a long time ago. And a few people I did talk about it just thought I was out of my tree. Hell no. That's out of you don't understand. They didn't understand what was coming. And it's here. And I'm not saying I understood what was coming. I could see the direction. Who could say I couldn't see COVID coming or any other stuff. But I could see the direction. I could see the progressive attacks. I could see the squeeze on society, the viper-like squeeze. We talked about this. Every time you take a breath or breathe out, snake squeezes tighter. I could see the squeeze. And we're in the middle of the squeeze. Okay? Without going too far, because I ain't even sure this is a subject I want to talk about, but you're doing it anyway. You're doing it anyway. Okay? A different version of it, but you're doing it anyway. Okay? If you got an older guy that I'm talking to women now, that you go to, if he's got a little bit of money because he's lonely and he's by himself, you get money from him. There's a lot of that going on. Sugar daddies. Come on. We adults. Okay? You're doing it anyway. All right? And if you got the younger guy that lays good pipe or whatever, or however you have him categorized, you're doing it anyway. The guy's for sure doing it anyway. All right? But who's benefiting? Are your kids benefiting? Do you have your kids around any strong alpha personalities where they can get both halves of the yin and yang? Do you have that? Is having that valuable to you? Well, you might be a good time to consider, some other options and to have some open dialogue, discussions, and try to pull this together. I'm just saying. But I'll leave it like that. No comments? Nah, I scrap it. Just a thought that I had while receiving this video that the link is in the description to. I think I'm done for the night. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Good day.